I was talking smack because I was waiting for your alternative.
Ah, well, guys, we are here. We are queued up. We are ready to go. This is the new relationship show where we talk about relationship issues from a male and female standpoint. But the highlight of the show is the battle of the sexes. Now, a couple weeks ago, we had a substitute for Team Pink, and there was a whole bunch
They
of
lost.
things going on. Team
They
Blue
lost.
happened to
They
win
lost.
because of
We
a
won.
because of a may I finish, please?
They lost.
Because of a
Yeah, they
technicality, and I believe, if memory serves me correct, when that technicality occurred, there was some dissension among Team Blue. I believe something was stated that Cousin Howard was undercover working for Team Pink. I'm just saying, I think that's how I remember it. But
Wow.
I had heard.
She's really trying. She's
So
really
what-
trying, boy. She
so-
must be scared. Now she's scared. She ain't got the confidence.
So
You
what-
guys
She gotta
trying
come
to
up with these other
throw
news
me
stories.
under the
No,
bus.
I'm just saying that's what had happened. So
She's trying to distract from the point, man.
I'm just sharing, for those who may have missed it, what happened a couple weeks ago. So then, Cousin Howard wasn't going to be here last weekend, so we arranged for Jamie to, be Team Blue with Ben, because, they had that rapport from jump. We never did the show last week, so we're doing last week's show, so Jamie is going to be working with Ben, and we're going to see if they can pull it together, because there was a whole bunch of junk talking going on. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to win, but we have our regular Team Pink contestant, and I think she's, ready to be mobilized. And we are ready to go. Wait, let me get my yay. Wait, let me get my yay for Team Pink. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go right into the battle of the sexes. So, should we do Team Pink first or Team Blue first?
Yeah, y'all lost.
You said
We won, so Team Pink goes first.
okay,
We won, so we decided who goes first.
okay. Well, Jamie, we're gonna go with the questions for Team Pink first. So,
Oh, I gotta ask him.
oh
okay.
yes, you do.
It's been a minute. Okay. Are you ready? You ready, Nan?
You ready? We're ready.
Okay. Just to let you know, I talk a lot of mess to her, but you are a lovely person. I just want you to know that. You're a lovely individual.
My Jesus.
And if you weren't on Team Pink, we'd be fast friends.
Oh, so he said
That's
he
right,
can't be
man.
your friend because you Team Pink. So it's really a battle of the sexes.
Yeah. That's the name of the game.
Okay.
All right, I got to
Didn't you read about Giannis? Giannis and I can't say his last name. He said he don't hang around with other NBA players because then he won't be able to really play against them on the court. He wouldn't be trying to destroy them if they were his friends. See, now, because he ain't friends with them, he get on the court and try and destroy them. See?
So translation, you're gonna try to destroy Nan.
That's my mindset. Man, I love you as a person.
Seems like he's going to destroy it.
But this the game. All right, here we go. All right, so Dan, what sport did the 1990 U.S. Olympic Dream Team play? All right, you got that?
Okay.
Okay. Your choices are A, soccer, or football, depending on what country you're in. B, gymnastics. Or C, basketball. Would you like your 10 seconds?
I know the answer. You said Dream Team, correct?
We did, the question did state Dream Team, yes.
Why are you trying to change stuff?
Question stated Dream Team.
Okay, so yes, he said Dream Team.
Answer is basketball.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
You sure?
Wow.
That answer was
Green tea.
correct.
Okay. Good one. Good job. Good job. Okay, so
He
question
don't
number
sound like
2.
he mean it, but okay. Question
Number 2.
2.
Basketball.
Wait, is that your final answer?
We already said
For
it,
number 2?
but he
Did she
didn't say
answer the
question 2.
question?
No, you didn't ask the question yet for question 2. You
She
know
said
what?
number
Y'all
2.
trying to
He
cheat.
said
No,
number 2.
no, no.
You
Stop.
gave me the answer already.
You see how we do this? Is this what we do?
Just saying. Basketball may be the right answer. I don't know.
No.
Okay. Question number 2.
Is that your final answer?
Cousin.
Question number 2. Who is the leader of the multifaceted alien robots, Autobots? All right. You got that?
I got that.
Okay. Is it A, Jazz, B, Optimus Prime, or C, Bumblebee? Would you like your 10 seconds?
Not at all. Optimus Prime, Transformers.
Is that your final answer before I say yay?
You already did. You already threw up your hand.
Sorry, I got excited, but I didn't throw up my hand till she said her answer. I'm just saying.
Really? Really?
You just giggled and shook all over. That's all.
I ain't do all that.
You did.
Okay,
Yes,
so
you did.
so and okay. Wait. Can I say something before you ask the question?
No, you cannot. Let me do number 3. Man, this is crucial. All right?
Okay.
It's hard. Okay. Now, that was good on the Transformers. I give you props on that one. All right. So, number 3. On a car dashboard, what's the name of the dial that shows the engine's rotational speed? Got that?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is it A, tachometer? Is it B, speedometer? Or is it C, barometer? Would you like your 10 seconds?
Or you could use a lifeline.
Wow.
You didn't tell her that's an option.
Answer my question first.
I'm
Can she
just
answer my
saying,
question?
that's an option. Okay, but
Or
so
C
your option
thermometer?
is your 10 seconds, or you can use a lifeline as this is your last question, which Jamie didn't explain, and it's been a while since we've done the game. Just wanted to make sure that you understood
It's
that.
been a week.
She wasn't here, and we.
Wow.
The game didn't change that much.
Okay, let her answer the question.
So, would you like your 10 seconds, or would you like to use your lifeline? What would you like to do?
Maybe she wanted 10 seconds and use a lifeline. You don't know. Maybe she thinks
You
she
know-
know the answer.
Give me my 10 seconds.
Okay.
Tell that girl what she gonna do.
9,
Here.
8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And your answer?
May I have a lifeline?
Come on, you know.
Since you said she had to do both, yes, I shall be your lifeline. And the answer is A, tachometer. So, what that means?
Tachometer.
What? Did I hear some hate coming from Team Blue? I wasn't sure. But that was correct. So what that means is that Team Pink has gotten all 3 questions correct. So Ben, you would need to get all 3 questions correct. And if so, we will go to a tiebreaker. If not, the tides have shifted. And I'm just saying. But let me go with your question. You know, since y'all have that Team Blue solidarity, I see you have blue on and whatnot. So Ben, your first question is this. What is the name of the Disney film princess? Oh, I'm sorry. What name is the Disney film Princess Aurora better known as? You got the question?
Say
Yes?
that again?
What name is the Disney film Princess Aurora better known as? Okay.
Now, Ben,
Wait, let me tell him his options.
as a kid. No, wait, before you do
Why
that,
are you trying to
think back.
cheat?
I'm encouraging my man.
I
Think
ain't giving
back.
his options.
All your time as a kid. Think back, Ben. Think back. Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
so Ben, your options are this: A, The Little Mermaid; B, Sleeping Beauty; C,
Think
Snow
back,
White.
Ben.
Snow White is
Think back.
C. So, would you like your 10 seconds? Would you like to use your lifeline? It's up to you.
Yeah, give him my 10 seconds.
And I need to see your hands because folks be trying to Google. I'm just saying.
10,
Think back,
9,
Ben. Think back.
7, 6,
Back.
5,
Hey, Ben. Think
4,
back.
3.
I just think the Peanut Gallery has all
1.
these comments. But Ben, what is your?
I'm going to say Snow White.
Is that your final answer? I'm
Yeah.
looking at Jamie, and Jamie, stop it. Is that your final answer, Ben?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry to say the answer was actually Sleeping Beauty. And what I want to share with our audience that's watching the show, because those on the radio you can't see, but I mean, honestly, if I was Ben, I probably would have changed my answer because of how Jamie just reacted. And, you know, I feel we should be stoic as partners because I feel like when I didn't do the yay till she answered, I'm just saying, you were sitting there like this. I'm just saying that.
She got her answer all the way out yet, and you was cheering and jumping up and down.
No, we have to go back and look at the tape. But Ben, here's your second question. What magazine is known for its regular fashion spread of the do's and don'ts? Okay, so what magazine is known for its regular fashion spread of the do's and don'ts? Your options are this: A, Glamour; B, Cosmopolitan; C, Vogue. Oh, sorry. Would you like your 10 seconds? Would you like to
okay.
use...
They said yes again?
Your options are, I still don't see your hands. I'm just saying, but your options are A, Glamour; B, Cosmopolitan; or C, Vogue. 10
I'm going to
seconds.
have to get my lifeline on this one.
Sir Damien.
It's A, Glamour magazine.
Why you guys say it all like you're not... I mean, it's like Glamour magazine.
Yay!
And excuse my smile, but you know, it's just with all the trash talking and stuff, I'm just smiling because I'm a happy person. So your third question is this. Where, and I might be saying this word wrong, so Jamie, and you might have to help me if I say it wrong. Where is, because you might know how to pronounce the word. Oh, you don't? Okay, where is a chinos found? And
That ain't it.
that's not, so how do you pronounce it?
Yes, spell that.
So how do you pronounce the
Ask a
word?
question that you can't even pronounce the question.
Exactly.
Cousin, I know you ain't talking about not being it. Hold up.
Get the correct
We
answer.
not, cousin,
What is wrong with you?
what was it that you couldn't pronounce?
Doesn't
Jason
matter.
Statham. You couldn't say Statham. Are you really going there? I'm just saying. We don't want you to
Yes,
jump on this
I am.
bandwagon. Because you couldn't say
Yes, I
Jason
am.
Statham last show. You couldn't pronounce Statham. So how do you pronounce the word, Jamian?
I don't know. I'm
So
saying
how do you
man,
say I did it wrong?
I know you didn't get it right.
So do you know how to pronounce that? Okay, it's spelled It's Chinoise. So to me, it's like Chinos. Chinois. I don't.
Okay, if you answers, then we can figure it out.
Okay. So the options are A, because we're asking where is that found? A, a wardrobe closet. B, a bathroom vanity. Or C, a kitchen cabinet.
And what's the word?
Chinos. Where is a chinos found?
In a chin.
So your
Hey,
options.
and what's the options
The
again?
options are A, a wardrobe closet. B, a bathroom vanity. Or C, a kitchen cabinet. Want your 10 seconds?
Give me my 10 seconds.
Because you can always say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm just saying.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What was the answer for B?
B was a bathroom vanity.
I'm going to go with that.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Sorry, and it actually the answer is C, kitchen cabinet, and a chinos is a conic conic. It's a conical strainer. So it
This is how you say,
huh?
this is how you say it. This is how you say it.
How? She knows.
Shinwa.
Oh, she.
Shinwa, not Chinos.
Well, I know Shinwa. So a chinois is a conical strainer that's found in the kitchen cabinet. So I get, cousin, I know you ain't over there laughing. So I guess we all learned something new today. It's a
For what?
it says it's a conical conical strainer, and it's found in a kitchen cabinet.
Chinois. How you get to chinos?
Okay,
Oh,
first
chinois.
of all, cousin who couldn't say Jason Statham, that's how it's spelled. So if you don't, I didn't know what the word was. I mean, I guess I could have did what Damien did beforehand, but I just when I saw it, I said, oh, Chino. So it's chinois. So it's
Spell it
French.
again.
So it's French, chinois. Right? Noise is wa, chinois. Okay, so
Spell the word again.
Huh?
Spell the word again.
Chinoise. So apparently that's pronounced chinois. Would you know looking at that word? No. And like I said, the word that Cousin Howard couldn't pronounce was a well-known actor by the name of Jason Statham. So, and that wasn't even one that it doesn't pronounce like how it looks. So I'm just saying, cousin. But anyway, what that means,
Okay, so we give you this one.
what that means is that
That's all that means.
it means that Team Pink has won the Battle of the Sexes tonight after all the trash talking by Team Blue. So we want to just give Team Pink a yay, and y'all need to clap your hands for Nan.
Yay!
Because she did a great job, and this is the end of the month, so that means the team's tied for the month of September, our first month back. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much for playing the game, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, especially because I won. You know, and what you should note also is the grace that we do our wins. You know, so that in the future, if you guys win again, you could do so with the same poise and grace that Team Pink does. I'm just, suggesting that for the future.
Well, as a host, you should also be happy that Team Pink, that Team Blue win also.
I believe I congratulated you guys last week when you won. I believe there was some dissension on the ranks of Team Blue because of Cousin Howard telling Naomi that even though her question was wrong, it was still correct. I mean, that's how I recall it. I'll have to go back and look at the tape because maybe I was incorrect. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, great game, guys. Congratulations, Team Pink. Great job, Team Blue. That last one was kind of chinois. You know, I'll remember that for the future. Maybe I'll go look and see if I can buy one and show y'all what it looked like next week. Chinois. I like that word. Okay, so thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Great game.
All right there.
All right.
See y'all next week.
Yes,
All
for
right.
sure. Okay.
All right, everybody
y'all.
be safe.
Yes.
You do the same, bro.
Yes, please do. So, I'm trying to get to, okay. All right. So now, we want to go now into our topic of the week. And, we don't have Naomi with us, so it's me and the fellas unless Nan wants to be in on the topic so that I'm not alone. But it's up to her. She doesn't have to, but
And my sidekick is gonna listen today.
okay, perfect. So our topic, hey China, that's China Doll. Our topic of the week is this. Are we out there manufacturing ways to stay single? For example, just anything turns you off. His or her socks are too big. So, as we are single, well, Nan isn't, but the three of us are single.
Hey, how come I don't have that?
It
You
was.
never sent that.
I did. I sure did.
I'm looking at everything that you have sent me since September begun, and it's not here.
If you go to
Cousin.
the email from
I'm sure it's there
9/19
because you work on the email. Jamian has the email. You see his name on there, don't you? I sent
Yeah.
it to everyone. So you should have it.
Because you talking the one for 9/19?
Yeah.
Yes, because we didn't do a show 9/19. And that's the topic. You don't see that?
No, it's not.
There was the
The
original
topic-
email with the letter, and then there was responses to it.
And we
Uh-huh.
changed.
Because-
We changed the topic, and it's in. If you look at the email chain, the topic did get changed. That's correct. But
But
if
you
you,
were still
What
on the
email?
We're still on the emails with the change.
yeah, the same email, there was some dialogue back and forth, and then the topic was changed to this. So if you had
But you have
read,
Gmail, so they all should be in the same thing.
yeah, it should be all in the same email. So scroll down. You see it?
Oh,
Oh,
what the hell was that just now?
not sure. Not sure, but do you see the topic?
Fine, she wants
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I will ask Jamian first since you're now just seeing the topic. So, Jamian, do you think that as single people, we're out there manufacturing ways to stay single? Do you think that would be a true statement?
Well, first off, I gotta say it's not we.
Oh,
I
you're
am
not single
happily-
no more? I'm sorry. Congratulations.
I am happily booed up. Shout out to Mama Bear. Thank you very much.
Oh, yay. Good for you.
Congratulations. my brother.
Congratulations, Jamian. So, okay,
I
so...
was single. I don't know that anyone's out there manufacturing ways to stay single. If you mean like just not being in relationships, I think there are people who don't want to be in a relationship or are scared of commitment or what have you. But I guess if I'm understanding this, manufacturing, like kind of making up excuses as to why we can't be together, typically that happens when you're not trying to hurt the other person's feelings, or if you're trying to convince yourself of something. Like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know anyone's out there manufacturing ways to stay single. I think some people just want to have a good time, and if the other person gets too serious too quick, then they start to back off or not talk to them as much or what have you. But I don't know if that's manufacturing a way to stay single. I think maybe the wording on this one might be a little.
Okay. Cousin, you have any thoughts?
I'm with Jamin.
I knew
A
you
lot
were
of
gonna
people.
say that. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
because a lot of people they find excuses not to get tied down, or they want somebody in their corner, but that person they looking for got to be perfect in every possible way, and that person does not exist in the real world. So a lot of people they sit there and complain and whine and pout and there's no good men out here, there's no good women out here, blah blah blah, when they're the one with the problem, because I believe one or two things. They played the game for so long that now they're scared if they settle down, that person that they decide to settle down with is going to be payback for everybody that they have hurt. And you cannot go through life living in fear. If you meet somebody and that person makes you happy, makes you smile all the time, you look forward to seeing that person at nighttime when they get out of work, then go for it. Go for it, and if it works out, it works out. If it don't, get up, dust your butt off, and try again.
Okay.
But don't sit there and say, well, there's no good people out there and everybody out there play games. No, man, don't do that.
Well, I have a question. My question, maybe this will make more sense. Do you think more people are commitment phobic now, like in today's society, as opposed to previously?
Yeah.
Yes.
They rather, especially the younger generation, their terms is let's kick it. We'll sleep together, we'll do everything, but no labels.
Ain't nobody talking about sleeping together. See how, cousin? I'm just saying.
You see, you read too much into things.
Dan was trying to say something right here.
Or they try to do
They try to do what?
poly relationships. Multiple relationships.
Oh, multiple relationships.
Exactly. They just want to kick it with Mary Jane tonight, kick it with Sue Allen tomorrow night, kick it with somebody else, and that ain't cool.
Well,
I
think, Nan, for some reason, if anyone else is talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
why.
you were talking and then Howard talked and I couldn't hear you. So repeat what you said, Nan, please.
They do the poly relationship. They don't have to commit for a full commitment. So they'll go out and.
No, you're going in and out because no one else was talking just now. I'm not sure what's going on with you.
Who
your
has
audio.
people in their house? There's some background noise that's coming through that's cutting her off.
Maybe, yeah.
But Nan, isn't poly relationships are still forms of commitment because they're committed, they're just committed to more than one person.
But you can't give 100% to that one person. You can they can have an understanding, yes, but you're not giving 100%.
But they hold on, they do give 100% when they're with that person.
You can't
But
really
once
do
that
that.
person,
It
but
can't be
no,
100.
because once that person get up and leave, it's like next. So you give 100% while they're in front of you. You give them your undivided attention. But once they get up and go home, you get on the phone with your friends and they're like, hey, let's go to the club, so and so gonna be there. Oh, really? Let me take a quick bath. and they gone.
Time. So that's
What?
still not 100, giving 100% for those 2 hours. Then the next two
Yeah,
hours, I'm saying,
yeah. That's how they do it. I talk to a lot of youngsters today,
so
and
20% thinking of the future.
they don't want to think about the future. They just look at it, man. I just want to have some fun. And like I ask a lot of them, I say, how is that fun? You jump from one bed to the next, to the next, to the next. How is that fun?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're all doing that. A lot of the youngsters today, that's how they look at it,
You know,
because they,
I think it's
huh?
not just a question of them looking at, wanting to sleep around or what have you, but even the idea of commitment is temporary to a lot of people today. Like it's all trial
Yeah.
and error. It's I'll try it. If I don't like it, I'll get out of it. Like why do you think we have so many divorces? You have so many kids without both parents in the home is because and this is no slight to anyone. I'm just saying the idea, the mindset that a lot of people have in their relationships right now, especially the younger kids. Like you remember our parents when they were growing up, divorce was not like an option. They weren't
No,
like,
they,
hey, if you don't like them, just divorce them later. Like when you had bad days, you had to sit in that motherfucker and work it out. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Like
yeah.
that's what you had to do. But nowadays, it's like they're quick to grab that paper and just say divorce. Now, I'm not saying if you're being abused or the relationship is bad or what have you. I'm saying people are throwing away perfectly good relationships because they have a bad day.
And when they throw away those relationships, 2 3 years down the road, they want to go back to it and expect that person to be there and welcome them back with open arms, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, they don't want to put the work in. Like the last, remember the letter we had last show we did with the lady who basically didn't get the proposal when she wanted it, and so then she broke up with the dude on vacation. Man, they was on vacation.
It was the last
he
day.
had took her to
In
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Now I get
But
Jamaica.
she didn't
ain't
get her
what it-
proposal. He was supposed to put that ring on her finger.
Jamaica ain't what it used to be. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But he took her on the trip, paid for everything, treated her like a queen, right? And they had talked about marriage before, and he said, "Well, I do want to get married, but not right now." So then he takes on this trip. She thinking, "Oh, this must be it. We going on a trip." When he didn't propose, now she broke up with him. She broke up with him on the trip. On the trip. That's what I'm saying. It couldn't even be all good.
Well,
I'm sorry, hold on. Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. What were we saying there?
Did she say how long they were together?
what?
Did she say how long they were together in the
About
letter?
a year, right?
A little over a year, almost a year.
Right. So,
But then she realized her mistake and tried to get back with him and was like upset that he didn't want to get back with her.
true. True. She regretted her decision, and then it was too late because he had moved on to other things. So she asked us in her letter, should she have done something differently? So that was like the whole letter, our last episode. But now, to bring us back to our topic, because we've gotten a little bit off, it was, are we trying to come up with ways to stay single? I personally say there are such things as preferences, right? So there are some things that people come up with, like, oh, this person take too long to get ready, or his teeth are falling out of his face, or his teeth are brown or yellow and look like Freddy Krueger. I mean, there are certain things that we all have preferences, If we want someone with, where they can smile and it don't look like a piano. I mean, it's just certain things we have as preferences. So, Cousin and I had a conversation a couple of days ago because you heard that noise again?
What is that?
I don't. It's not over here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. But we had this conversation because it was a guy that I was having conversation with, and something that he did, I was like, you know what? See, I don't even want to deal with him. So cousin said that I was. What did you say? Basically, that something like this, that I'm just, just doing the most, and that's not really a big deal. So I was like, okay, and it turns out I was right, and he was a creep, but I'm just saying. So it didn't go past yesterday's date. But, we do have our preferences, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that to have.
What did the guy
There's
do?
nothing.
What happened? What the
didn't
guy
say-
did? I'll tell you what he did. So we're just having conversation, and and I was like, well, he wanted, so I said, well, FaceTime me because I just wanted to see his face. He gonna and cousin said I was wrong for feeling some kind of way. So you tell me, Jamie. He FaceTimed me laying down in his bed with no shirt on. Why? I don't need to see all that. I'm just. So is it me? Is it me? Because I'm like, why you can't put a shirt on?
Hold
Don't
on,
nobody want to see them two
hold
little
on,
hairs on your
hold
chest.
on,
I'm just
hold
saying.
Oh, Steve, I am telling her, dude, they talking, right? And then they FaceTime each other. I told her maybe that's how dude lay in his bed.
No.
Was he
Thank
thinking?
you, Nan. Okay, exactly. Why you couldn't throw a shirt on? You called me. I didn't FaceTime you. So before you turned it to FaceTime, why you couldn't just throw a shirt on? And then you laying in the bed. What? Come on now. I felt like he was trying to be suggestive when he did that, and it was a turnoff. I'm just saying. And cousin said that I shouldn't be like that, and I should give people the benefit of the doubt. And
No.
he said that I don't have a sense
Hold
of
on.
humor. What's humorous about that? I'm just asking.
Hold on. I didn't word it like that. I say you could have told him, but don't scold him. Because you can't scold a grown
I didn't
man.
scold him. I didn't say anything about it. I told you that was a turnoff to me. I didn't say anything about it. So I ain't scolding him. Said, boy, why you showing me them two little hairs on your chest? I didn't say any of that. I just quickly came off the phone because I was working anyway. But then I was like, oh, why he do that? And then you're right. I mean, why would you do that?
What time?
Because
What time?
if I'm laying
It
in my
was
bed,
like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying. Then, so after I went past that and cousin said I shouldn't be the
but
way
dude,
I am.
hold on. Dude worked all night. So if dude work all night, he come home, he strip, he take his bath, and he lay in his bed. See? When I work, I come home, I strip, I take my bath, I pull out
Why
my
are you
boxers,
sharing
and
all
I
that?
hop
That's
in my bed.
TMI.
See? And the only go ahead.
But to a woman on the phone like that, for
Right.
the first time.
Wouldn't that make you feel like, why is she calling you with stuff all down here showing all her how would that, would it make you feel like she's trying to
Now, hold on. Now, wait. Now,
I'm
service
just saying.
man versus a service woman is completely different. Let's just put that out there first.
what? Yes,
That's
that's true.
completely
That's true.
Completely different. And I will say this. I mean, I don't know the dude. I don't know how y'all's conversations went up to that
We
point.
ain't had no
or having them.
conversation about anything about nakedness. Tell you that much.
You're right. But what I'm saying is maybe he wasn't thinking. Maybe he, like you say, he just got off work. He was just like chilling. Let me call this girl. I want to see what she looked like, blah, blah, blah. Did you tell him you were uncomfortable?
No.
No,
You did
Jamie.
not. Don't need.
I didn't, Jamie, and no, I didn't. What I did was I quickly ended the call. I was like, okay, well, I'm about to go in, which I was, about to go in the meeting. And then when I came off the call, I'm like, why he do that? And so I spoke to Cousin. I didn't talk to him. I was just saying, okay, Cousin, as a guy, why would you do, because I did feel some kind of way about that. So he said, well, no, you shouldn't think that. Same thing he just said. So I said, okay. So I continued conversation with the guy, and we had made plans to go out yesterday. So on Friday, we're just texting, and he says, oh, I can't wait to see you so I can just hug you. And I'm like, okay, first of all, and so I took offense to that too, because I'm like, okay, can we just see how the meet and greet goes? Why you talking about you can't wait to hug? I mean, I'm just saying, it just felt, to me, it felt like it was the most even. So going into, yes, thank you, Nan, exactly. Thank you, China. Yes, exactly. And that's what I felt. But I said, you know what? I'm going to just wait and see, maybe, because Cousin says that I'm too picky. Yeah, and I'm stuck up, which I am the furthest from being stuck up. But that's what he said. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go into this date with no preconceived, I'm just going to see how it goes. And I did pray on my way to the meet and greet for God to reveal the good, the bad, the ugly. And he did. So that I knew that it was done. So I sent one of those. It was nice meeting you. It ain't going to work out. Wish you all the best. And then I blocked him. But I'm saying, I feel like it's not that I'm manufacturing away. It's not that I'm trying to stay single. However, there's certain things that are preferences or flags to me, and I don't think it's anything wrong with that. Cousin made me feel like I'm all wrong for feeling the way I feel and that no one's perfect, and I wasn't trying to say someone has to be perfect, but it's certain things that I'm like, and I don't think that's wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong for how you feel. I'm not saying that at all. But this man got 2 strikes against him before he even knew you were uncomfortable.
But I put the strikes to the side before I met with him.
Hold on. All right. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong. Maybe that's just him. Like, as far as the hug goes, if I meet somebody for the first time, I hug them. That's who I am.
But would you text them that you can't wait to do that? Why would you even bring it up?
Stop interrupting.
Sorry. Okay, sorry, Jamie.
You don't know this man. He doesn't know you. Just like you don't know what turns him on and off, he don't know what turns you on and off. If you had told him, yo, you on the phone with me first time, no shirt, that was not cool. See how he reacts to it. When you say, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable enough to hug right away, let's get to know each other and see where it goes. Again, you telling him where you're at. When you don't tell him anything, where you're just like, okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
But
he's thinking, okay, cool. I'm going to get my hug on.
But Jamie, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be comfortable hugging him. The thing that was an issue to me is, when you meet someone or when you're leaving, yes, you do that. But why would you have to make this big statement before we meet? Texting me, oh, I can't wait to see you in person and to give you a big old hug. Why you got to even say that? That would come as stuff flow. There's no reason to say it in advance, right? Because you're being a creep now.
What's wrong with saying I'm going to give you a big hug when I see you? Like, I mean, what was it about that? Because, honestly, to tell somebody, oh, I can't wait to see you and give you a big old hug, that does not sound inherently bad. There is nothing bad about that statement.
Well, I guess that statement combined with you trying to come on FaceTime, trying to be sexy.
But you never said anything. Again, you sent him not saying anything and then mad at him that he didn't react the way you wanted to. You might as well have broke up with him for not proposing. This is ridiculous.
I don't agree, but you're
entitled. You're not going to talk.
No, but if I have preferences, no.
If you're not going to communicate, you're never going to find anyone who is good enough because they have no idea what you like, don't like, blah, blah, blah. You talk. If I do something that makes you uncomfortable, tell me. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I'm not a mind reader.
So,
I can't sit here and go,
so what I'm saying is my thoughts on the FaceTime thing would be an in-person conversation. I knew we were going to meet, we were going to get a chance to talk, but we didn't even get to even talk about that because there was a whole bunch of other stuff. But what I'm saying is I have certain, and maybe it's because of prior experiences, because it was like maybe a couple of years ago, dude I met on, and we did FaceTime, and he like, oh, hold it back, let me see. And I'm like, and he was a creepy crawly. He was. And I didn't take the initial FaceTime thing to say that he was a creepy crawly, but when I met him in person, that's what he was, a creepy crawly. So maybe
You know how to pick them.
so do you. You single too, cousin, I'm just saying.
I don't know the dude. Again, I don't know the guy, so I'm not defending him. This is not in any way, shape, or form me defending him. I don't know how y'all's conversation went up to that point or how it went on the date. All I'm saying is, if you look at, he called me on FaceTime with no shirt on. Did you tell him that made you uncomfortable? If you didn't, then you can't be mad at him.
Well,
If
I didn't
he
FaceTime
says,
him no more.
If I can't wait to see you to give you a big old hug, that statement in and of itself is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that statement. Now,
But why do you? But why do you have to say that? You know, it's
What's
like
wrong with telling someone you want to hug them? I don't get what's wrong.
because
with
I
telling
don't
someone
know
wanna
you
hug
like that. And see,
They
so I don't know you like that. I don't. I have a thing with my personal space, and I'm not gonna automatically say everyone
he
I
know
go
that,
out
though?
with that I
Does
want to
he know
hug
that,
them.
though?
No,
Does
but
he know that? Exactly. He has no idea. So you're getting mad at him. He has no
I
idea.
didn't say I was mad at him. I said that was a turn off.
If you had told him, I have a thing about my personal space. Until I get to know you, I really don't like nobody close to me.
Well, I just didn't address the comment.
You go hug. That's different. Nan,
And
I hear you trying
actually,
to talk. I'm sorry.
sorry, what you saying, Nan?
I agree with Jamie.
Don't be agreeing with. No, I'm just playing. But all I'm saying is, so whatever. Jamie. all
Man,
I'm,
high five.
all
High
I'm
five.
saying is, those were just things that gave me pause prior to the meet and greet. Okay, and at the end of the date, he asked me for a hug, and I gave him a hug. You know, but I just
But
my
wait, you didn't know this man? You didn't know him? How you gonna let him in your personal space like that?
because after the date, I felt comfortable enough to give the pat hug, but I don't necessarily assume that that's gonna happen. It depends on how everything goes, right? And my thought was, you know, you just try to do the most. I mean, why not just wait and see how the day goes, and if a hug happens, it happens. Why are you saying prior to the meet and greet, oh, I can't wait to see you in person and give you a big old hug? Why you gotta be all up on somebody like that? I'm just saying. And I do, you know, feel like I don't just hug everybody. I mean, I don't. And I spoke to my cousin about it, and she said, well, that's not a big deal, you know, about the hug. And I was telling her that I had a guy come to the house that has done work for me, and he was gone out of town, and he came by. And when he came by, I hadn't seen him in a while, and I gave him a big old hug, but that's somebody I knew and I was comfortable with. And I said, so it's not really the hug in itself, it's the assumption that, you know, this is going to happen, and we haven't even met in person to see how the conversation went, how everything flows, and you thinking past that. That was just my thing. So
I think this is a great example of everyone. We all bring our baggage into relationships.
Yes.
We all bring our past experiences. And this is based on your past experience.
Right.
And for whatever reason, how you feel about people near or around you.
In my personal
But you have
space.
to realize when you're meeting someone, they have no idea what you've been through, who you've been with, how you feel about certain things. And I just think it's funny that so many females and guys get upset about things and won't say anything. They're just like, they should know better. Why should they know better? This is not something that is taught in grammar school or something. Don't assume you're going to hug somebody. Some people, like where I grew up, when you met someone, you hugged them. That was like, if you didn't hug them, it was weird. They looked at you like, what's wrong with you? Not everybody likes to be hugged, but that was what you did. All right. Now, if you didn't grow up that way, how would I know that? So when we meet for the first time and I go to give you a hug and you're like, ooh, I don't like people in my personal space. Okay, well then now I have that information, so now it's how I use it and how I react to it. But if I don't know that, and you're like, how dare you go to hug me? Who the hell you think you are? Like, wow, my bad. I am so sorry. And I'm not saying you did that, but it's the same type of reaction. It's that, who does he think he is? Just assuming he gonna hug me. Why would he text me that he gonna give me a big old hug? Why wouldn't he? Of course, maybe where he grew up, that's what you did.
I have to go with what China said. He was an F boy. I'm just saying, and really based on how the date was, that's what he was. So I'm just saying. And but bringing us back to the topic, I feel like people.
Wait, China has something to say.
What you say? He not an F boy?
He's a fuck boy for laying with his shirt.
We said F.
But
We wasn't saying the word.
Hold on now. Let him finish.
You have to set those boundaries. He doesn't know your boundaries, so of course he's gonna hug you. You have to set those boundaries.
It's not about him hugging me. It's about it being premeditated, right? I'm saying because if the date flows and everything like that, of course, that's how stuff may or may not go if there's chemistry. But you saying it before it even happens, like it just was a thing for me. So I'm just saying. I can't hear you. I don't know. It must be because.
Because you're talking.
No, it's not. Huh?
Set the boundaries.
Right.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. Yes, China doll. Thank you, love.
So, Mom,
Huh? It must be because you don't have your headphones, and I think that's why you're going in and out. It has to be. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. But okay, so it's my baggage, and it's also my preferences, and people come with baggage and preferences. I don't think that I don't think these things are manufactured so that they can stay single, because I don't think people want to per se stay single. But I think that it's okay that you have your preferences and, just go from there. So in the interest of time, we're going to move on to our letter. Cousin, I don't know what's going on, but your video is gone. So I'm not sure.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, but your video is gone. I hear you,
know,
but I don't.
It'll be back.
Okay.
He's indisposed.
Oh. Okay. So we're going to go into the letter.
Really, Jamie?
What, you told Cousin business? Okay.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just saying.
Right. Okay, so, Cousin, we're going to go into the letter then. The letter goes like this. Dear Lady P, so my boyfriend just said he feels like he could be with me for 20 years and not marry me, and I would be cool with it. He got me effed up. I'm so confused. He talks about marriage all the time. Like literally, we have discussed how we want to do our wedding, and he's had me send him ideas of rings that I would like. We have a son together, and I have a son from a previous relationship that he helps me with. We discuss another baby almost daily, but this has me super thrown off and irritated. I mean, honestly, I'd feel stupid breaking up with him after a certain time frame if marriage isn't on the table, being that things between us are good. We are each other's life insurance beneficiaries. So in the event that something happens, the kids and I would be somewhat okay, but I would still like to be married. Maybe he was just messing with me. Would you be concerned? Signed, Forever the Girlfriend. So, Jamie, because it looks like whatever Cousin was doing, we lost him, and we lost Nam too.
Hold.
I don't see you showing up at all. I mean, I hear you now, but um, so oh, there you go. Um, so, Jamian, would you like to take this first, or do you want to let Cousin Howard, since he's
I went first on the topic. You can go first,
okay, Cousin?
Lady P.
Cousin, do you
All
want
right.
put your
Yeah,
video
yeah,
on? We
yeah.
can't see you. Or are you still
Can you see me now?
indisposed? Yeah, I think he was indisposed. Look how his shirt all, the one side all.
One
So-
side out, yo.
So, did you want me to go first, Cousin? You said, or you wanted to take it first?
Nah.
Okay.
No,
So-
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, okay.
I think this is just like the letter from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, they discussed it, but the mere fact he told her we could be together for the next 20 years and not get married, it's like the old saying, why pay for the milk when you get, why pay for the car when you get the milk for free? Right? So, I mean, for her to even think about staying with dude, to me is a stupid idea. Why you gonna stay with somebody that you know for a fact y'all gonna talk about marriage until you blue in the face, and one, he's never gonna propose, and two, he's never gonna marry you. So my thing is find you somebody.
Wait, cousin. You guys have to either mute or put headsets in, because something, I started getting feedback, China, when y'all joined, so I'm not sure. And now I'm not hearing. Oh, you muted. Okay. Finish, cousin.
You know, because he already told her that he could stay with her for the next 20 years and not marry her. If a woman told me that, I'd be like, all right, honey, the memories were good, but see you when I see you.
Wait, let me, so you're saying if a woman told you that she didn't want to get married and she could be with you for 20 years, you would be like, beat it, dirtbag? Is that what you're saying? Or did I miss something?
I would start looking for somebody that's willing to marry me. You know, I'm not saying that I meet them today and we get married next week, but at least I know marriage is on the table. See? Nobody wants to be solo for the rest of their lives. See? There comes a time when you gotta start thinking different. You know, and dude is enjoying himself. They have a kid together, and in the back of dude's mind, she ain't going nowhere. You gotta have proof. What?
I was saying,
We having all kinds of feedback issues. I'm not sure
there we
what's
go.
going on.
Maybe should be good now.
Look like, cousin, we lost your video again.
Just now.
We didn't lose it. He turned it off.
You turn off your
He
camera
did
again.
his
What you do? Who you got over there, cousin?
Don't be
My
worried
phone is.
about what he's doing. He got his thing happening.
I guess so.
We ain't mad at you. If you busy, let us know though. I gotta be honest with you. I think she is really at this point blowing things up for no reason. As they've been talking about marriage, he makes one comment about how he feels like he could be with her for 20 years and not marry her and be cool with it. He said, I could be with you for 20 years. He didn't say, I'm going to be with you 20 years and we're never getting married. He just said, you know what, I could be with you 20 years and not get married and I'd still be cool with it. I'm just saying, before you go jumping off the deep end like we need to break up or he's never going to want to marry me or all this other kind of craziness, from one comment, like, I think you need to say something. If you're feeling this way about it, don't write us. Have a conversation with him. Talk to him, yo, bruh. When you said the other day, yo, you got me thinking some things. I need you to talk to me. We've been talking about this marriage thing and having me pick out rings and stuff. Is that still on the table, or was your comment the other day? You trying to tell me that you ain't trying to get married no more? Like, what's going on? And then, based on that conversation, then you could either panic or feel better about yourself. But from one comment, like, nah. What you doing?
How we know? How we know it's only that comment?
Because she said, so my boyfriend just said he was like he could be with me 20 years and not marry me. She didn't say he's been saying. She didn't say he said it a couple of times. She didn't say he keeps saying. She said he just said one time. So what you writing us for? Like, honestly, he right there. He got all the answers you want. Like, I don't mind helping people, and I want to help as many people as we can, but you talking to the wrong people. I can't tell you what this man is thinking because he made one comment.
Right. And if we look through the letter, it was talking about, the fact that they have a son together. They're talking about potentially having another child. She mentions about them being beneficiary on life insurance policies and, things like that. Personally, I mean, we can't just not talk about communication and how important it is to make sure that you're on the same page. Have a conversation. Don't assume, because we know what it says about assuming, right? So serious conversation.
Kill him.
Where's the
Kill him,
relationship?
collect the insurance money and move on.
Cousin, did I interrupt you when you were saying your thought? I'm just saying. So have a serious conversation, and if it is that he is really saying that he does not want to get married and he's happy with the status quo, then you have to reevaluate whether or not this is what you want to do. I get the insurance beneficiaries and stuff like that, but I also know in cases of where, you have a lifetime partner, y'all have kids together, whatever, and something happens and an accident and someone's in the hospital and they're looking for next of kin to make a decision, you're not next of kin. That would be a parent, a sibling, because you have no legal say-so to make those types of decisions. I mean, I feel like they need to talk about goals and plans for the future, and then based on that, act accordingly. This could have just been something he said in the moment. If this is, one conversation, if they've had multiple conversations, talked about rings and stuff. So I would say don't jump off the deep end. Just really, have a conversation and be clear on where you are, and and go from there. I mean, and it's okay that you want that and he doesn't, and then if that's the case, then you decide accordingly. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't know. You ask us, would we be concerned? Me, myself, I would have that conversation, because what we do know as relationship coaches is that communication is the key for any relationship, right? And if it's where maybe you can't talk about it, go see somebody together. I always recommend that, because sometimes you hear something better from someone else than your partner, because sometimes you tune them out. It sounds like Charlie Brown. Ask Nan. Charlie Brown people, wah, 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 So that's what I would say.
I think China was trying to say
You got something to say, China? I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
You should have found out that they had a kid together.
Wait.
And wifey.
We having an issue with your volume and feedback. You got headsets. Yeah, headsets for the no headphones.
Can we do it on the computer? Damn.
No headphones. Yeah, because it's I'm not sure what's causing it. But try again.
Okay. She should have thought about that before she had a kid with him, on what he wants, because she already playing wifey duties without being a wife.
So
True.
why would he want to get married to her when he just getting it for free? That's her fault.
That's what I said.
Acquired that
That's
for him.
Right.
That's her
And
fault.
and that's the problem. A lot of people don't have the conversation. They get all caught up in stuff and, oh well, when I get pregnant then we're gonna get married. No, not necessarily. You know. And then you have the first baby and you're like, oh, it's so great because he's helping me with because you already had a child prior, and you don't have the conversation. And I mean, honestly, assume makes a booty. I'm gonna say booty instead of the ASS out of you and me. But I mean, honestly, that's what it is, and it's so important going into anything to have a conversation, and then even while you're in it to keep talking, because things change. You know, depending on how young you start off, things change, goals change, and such. I'm just saying. So, anything else? No?
But I'm like, the whole thing is, she wrote us this letter after one comment. After one comment. That's what I'm saying. Look, the dude said, you don't know if he was joking, was it dream? She said, what, maybe he was just messing with me. She don't even know if he was serious. So how the heck are we supposed to know if he was serious? Would you be concerned? I'm concerned for you, girl. I'm concerned you wrote us this letter instead of talking to your man. That's what I'm concerned about. I mean, okay, let's look at the facts. Let's just look at the facts. He made one comment. After that, she tells us he talks about marriage all the time. They have discussed how they want to do their wedding. He's told her, send me ideas of rings you like. He makes one comment and she freaking out like, oh my God, he's gonna leave me. He just wants to.
She ain't say he was
milk
gonna
and
leave her.
jump on a powder cow. I'm like, he made one comment. If you guys have been together for 3-4 years and you always talk about marriage, you're always talking about how you want to do your wedding, blah blah blah, that's and such. He makes one comment like, man, I could be with you forever, married or not. So what you trying to say?
That's what she should have said. She should have asked him to clarify what he was saying, and then she wouldn't be asking us. That's true. Because at the time he made the comment was the time to say, well, what do you mean, you know, and try to get some clarification there. Because what happens is then in your mind it becomes this whole big thing, hence this letter, right?
But then the longer you let it go, the more you start thinking about it. She done already built up in her mind. She gonna be this 60-year-old woman with no ring, you know, just talking to her friends about how life done her wrong. Like, dude, it was one comment. The brother said one thing, and I don't even know if he a brother, you know. It'd be even worse if he was a white boy. He's like, hey, you know what? I could be with you forever. Like, you
Really,
and me,
Jamie?
girl, we could do it. Forever and ever. No marriage, girl. It's just us. We could do that. I could be with you like that.
I love the accent. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, the only thing I would say is have that conversation. You know, it should have happened already, but if it hasn't, it's okay. But have the conversation. If you feel like you can't, or if you're not getting answers, go talk to someone. Go someone that's a professional that can help. You know, and you know, get some clarification. Don't assume. Don't, you know, make this big mountain out of this molehill. Because yeah.
And isn't this is, you know what's crazy? This is so indicative of how a lot of people approach relationships these days. Like when you're in a relationship with someone, you're not just in a relationship with them. You're in a relationship with them and all their friends. Because when you do something that irritates them or that hits them the wrong way or something, they don't come talk to you. They get on the phone with Susie, with Pete, with Beverly, and they're like, you know what he did? He did this. What do you think that means? I'm right here. You can just ask me, and I'll tell you what I meant. Whether it was, but they go and talk to everybody else who tells them what they need to talk. And then they come back after all that feedback to tell you what you meant. And it's like, wait, that's not what I meant. Like, no, well, when you said it, I know this is what you think. You don't know what I was thinking. Why didn't you ask me? Well, because I was uncomfortable. You are more comfortable talking about us to strangers or to people that don't even know us, aren't in the middle of our relationship, our conversations, have no idea what we're about. It's easier to talk to them about us than it is to talk to me. That's crazy. How are you in a relationship with someone that you can't have these conversations with?
Well, I think it depends on how the communication in that relationship is done. If you have one person who is a communicator and you have another person who their style, I guess, of communication is to not talk about it, and then when they get over being mad, then it's like nothing happened. So it's like being pushed under the carpet. It's kind of hard to have that conversation and be clear on what both people are saying.
That's why you need when you're in a relationship with someone, you got to keep the lines of communication wide open. You can't not talk about certain things and talk about some other things. If, like Jay said, if I piss you off, tell me I piss you off. Don't go tell all your friends, because you know what? Forget your friends.
They're going to be like, yeah, girl, you need to leave him. I told you not to get with him in the first place. See, I told you.
Especially if them heifers
But I'm
are
sorry,
single.
y'all boys be telling y'all the same thing too. I'm just saying. But it's not a good idea to get your friends involved.
But that's why I don't talk to my friends
Right.
about a relationship like that. Like if there's something that I'm wondering about, if I'm wondering something about my girl, I'll talk to her. Because that's who's going to give me the answer. I don't want someone who's going to assume or try to figure out what's going on. I want to talk to the person who knows why something happened or why something went down, who can tell me what's going on.
So what if that
And
person...
I think you foster that. I think you foster that by being an example. You know what I mean? I think if both of us, because two people don't, when you're meeting someone, you don't communicate the same way.
Right.
And you might be thinking you're screaming off the top of your lungs what's wrong, but to the other person, they might be like, you were doing that? Really? I didn't get that from that at all. But I think if you're a type of person who likes to talk about things, who doesn't like to let things,
fester.
Yeah, then that's what you do. You show that person that it's okay. And you come to them, and you have, it takes a certain amount of humility. You have to divorce your ego from it, because they might tell you some things about yourself that you might not be that easy to hear. Mm-hmm. But if this is, if you're trying to build something, you have to come there and be like, hey, this is what happened. I felt this kind of way about it, and maybe it's me, maybe it's just, my deal or whatever. But I think you have to be the example to create that safe space for that other person, to show them this isn't what your other relationships have been like. Like, we're going to be different because we are going to actually talk about this stuff, and I'm not going to get mad at you or lash out at you for telling me how you feel about something.
So what if, you try that and, over and over and over again, and depending on what communication style the other person has, it's you're reaching out and you're trying to do this, and they're just not that type of a communicator. Then at what point is it like what I'm supposed to do?
I think, to me, and this is from my experience, when you want to do something, you figure out a way to do it. So even if I'm not a communicator like that, but I really want to be with this person, I might not be able to meet them 100% where they're at, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do things to let them know that I'm trying. Like, okay, maybe I'm not a huge, I can't sit around and just talk about my feelings. Maybe that's not me, right? But I'll do things like, you know what, I was upset the other day, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Like, you're going to find a way to try and meet that person where they're at. I might not be able to be 100% just like you, but it's one of the things, like, it's like when you have two busy people, you find time you make time for each other. That's just the way it is.
Right.
You know, whether it be whether it be video chatting, whether it be talking on the
Not
phone, something.
FaceTime.
Not FaceTime with your shirt off,
Right.
but you find a way to connect, right? Now, and my problem is when you have these people who is like, man, we're so busy. I haven't talked to him in a week. You haven't talked to him in a week? Like, wow. Like that. Okay. Maybe y'all can't see each other because of distance or just circumstances, but you haven't talked to him in a week? Like, come on now. What are you doing?
Right.
Like, that's somebody you don't want to talk to them at that point. So I think
True.
just like with communication, if you want to be with someone, you're going to find a way to. You're going to find a way to make that communication connect.
Right.
People find time for the things they want to find time for, which means if a guy likes you, he's going to figure out a couple minutes every day, whether it's a text saying hi, a quick phone call, or something. But if you go a couple of days and you don't hear from him, he doesn't want you. Okay? And the quicker you get over that, the better off you will be. Okay? That's how I take life.
One of the things that are suggested as far as relationships are talk daily, date weekly, retreat quarterly. And I remember probably near the beginning when we first were doing this show, we were talking about time and stuff. And I said that because at the time I was in a relationship, and I was saying, that was something that we tried to do, which was to talk daily, have a weekly date night, and, stuff like that. But it's important to communicate. And, I mean, honestly, that's the key to any relationship. So to our letter writer, I would say, and I think we've all said, you need to have a conversation and just be clear. Practice active listening, and even as you say something, you make sure that what you're saying is clear. I had a conversation today with someone, and she was telling me how she was feeling about the situation with her guy. And I said, well, the thing is, people in general communicate differently, but men and women process differently. And I said, what you need to do in your communication is to make sure that as you're making your point, just to make sure, tell me what you heard me say. Because sometimes what we hear is not what was said. And, it's just important. So to our letter writer, that's what I would say. Conversation and get clear. Make sure you're both clear. Make sure you're both on the same page moving forward. Don't assume anything. And stop talking to your little friends, like Jamie said. And talk to your man.
I would just like to say, girl who wrote us the letter, if you really want to get married, Cousin Howard is looking for a wife.
We could give you Cousin Howard number. You could call him and say, hey, boy, I got 2 kids, but...
If he ain't going to marry you, Cousin Howard will. We know that.
Because he did say he wanted to get married.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
That's what he said.
He did. We all heard him. We heard him clearly.
You know what? Y'all too lucky we're not in the same room.
What you saying, cousin?
Sorry, bro. I'm trying to help you.
Jamin is trying, because Jamin know that you trying to get booed up. He trying to help you out. Because actually, I was playing your song a little bit earlier. I might play it when we come off the show. But all jokes aside, y'all need to have a conversation. You need to communicate. Truly, truly. All right?
Cousin Howard is fine, just flying solo.
Now, I think if we want to go back to the topic, you be making up reasons why you... I'm not even going to digress and go there. So, anyway. Manufacturing reasons. So, anyway, guys, I thank you so much. This was a great show. I enjoyed myself. I look forward to seeing y'all next week. All of you guys watching, thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show as well. And we're going to see you next time, all right? See ya.
All right, guys.
All right. Okay. So, guys, we've come to the end of our show tonight, and we thank you. We thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want you to give your feedback and comments to us. So we do check that. So we thank you. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have an awesome, awesome remainder of the week. And we will see you same time next week, all right? Take care.
96.2, the smooth road. Grown Folks Radio with Lady